Today, my guest is going to be my own brother, who's also my co-host on the show. Hi, Nart.
Hi, Adam.
How are you doing, man?
I'm good, brother.
So today, the reason why you're going to be my guest is because you are an expert in martial arts. As a matter of fact, I like to think of you as a killing machine. And I'm not exaggerating, Nart.
Well, I can't say that I'm a killing machine because I always have to stay humble. But I would like to believe that I can reach up to that level one day.
Well, you're just acting humble. Don't believe him, ladies and gentlemen. This guy can really take down almost anybody instantly. And I've seen that in action. And this is why I hold you in high regard and I have a lot of respect for you because you have managed to acquire the highest level of martial arts possible, right? You've achieved the black belt, right? You have a black belt in Wushu,
Chinese martial arts.
Chinese martial arts. And you're also a personal trainer.
Yes.
So you have a lot of experience in the world of martial arts and fitness in general, right?
Yes.
Okay, why don't we start this episode with telling us more about your background and why you got into the field of martial arts?
First of all, I got into martial arts when I was 14 years old, exactly. So now I'm about to be 32. So I have around 18 years of experience in martial arts.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, and I started because of watching all the Jackie Chan and Jet Li movies, especially Bruce Lee. So I was fascinated.
That's cool,
So
man.
that's the main reason why I got into martial arts.
And what can you tell us about martial arts in general? What about their origins?
Various martial arts originated from different parts of the world, through Asia, Europe, and one of the oldest martial arts is actually Indian. And that is extremely surprising to me. And then you have the Chinese martial arts. It's called Kung Fu, but the new name of it is Wushu, which is like the artistic style.
Okay.
Yes, and
What about Sanda? Sanda's part of it,
Sanda
right?
is also it's a part of Kung Fu, yes, but it's like the fighting combat. So it contains just like a kickboxing, but it's the Chinese kickboxing style. It has punches, it has kicks, it has throwing takedowns too, but it has no ground movement. There's no ground movement like jiu-jitsu, like Brazilian jiu-jitsu or grappling. Grappling is another form also of Kung Fu, which is called Shui Jiao. That's another discipline in the Chinese martial arts. That also is similar to Judo.
Okay.
With takedowns, with throws and stuff.
Okay.
So it is quite similar to it, but it's the Chinese form of takedowns and grappling.
Okay, so Nart, can you list for us the types of martial arts out there? The most important ones. I know there are so many, right?
Okay.
And some newcomers.
Yes,
right?
exactly, yes.
Can you tell us?
The most important martial arts, in my perspective, are the ones that grab my attention. Sanda, or Sanshu, has another name. Muay Thai, definitely. Boxing.
I love boxing, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm a boxer, you know that.
You practice boxing,
yeah. I love boxing.
I said boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and there's also MMA, which is like mixed martial arts. You just like
That's a newcomer, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It started around like, let's say, back in the 80s, MMA, if I'm not mistaken.
And Dana White is an important figure.
Oh, yeah.
In the world of
he just
MMA.
pushed the mixed martial arts to another level and became like widely famous.
And rich.
Oh, of course, definitely, yes.
He made it very profitable.
Yes.
I think it's the most profitable martial art right now.
Actually, the organization was going bankrupt, or if not, it was like almost going to go bankrupt, and then he just revived the whole thing, and he made it really famous again,
right?
The UFC.
How does each martial art differ from the other? Like, what are the strengths and weaknesses of each martial art?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. If we start with karate, it has very linear and straightforward attacks. So it has punches, it has kicks. The form that really grabbed my attention in karate is Kyokushinkai. That's a form.
Kyokushinkai.
Kyokushinkai, yes,
what does that
exactly.
mean?
It's a form of karate
that
I like in terms of fighting. The thing that I like about it the most, it's very simple, yet it is very destructive. So this is in terms of the strengths. The weaknesses, there is no ground movement. So if I come against a karate practitioner, if I get him to the ground or I just hold him in terms of takedowns like a wrestler, he has no skill set on how to defend himself. So that's a challenge for him. That's the weaknesses, for the weaknesses.
I have an idea, Nart. Why don't we do a quick demonstration right here? Come on.
Okay.
Let me try to attack you.
If you have lavalier mics,
It's okay, this is more than enough, man, but be careful with these. So here's the thing, Nart.
Okay.
Why don't we demonstrate, okay? I want you to demonstrate each martial art to me.
Sure.
Briefly, explain to me what are the most important techniques used in each martial art. And
Okay.
talk about the strengths and weaknesses so that the guys can better understand. Right?
Okay.
Okay. So
Sure.
let's start with karate.
Yeah, okay.
So can you demonstrate a quick karate move?
In karate, in especially Kyokushinkai karate, they have something called, just like in Muay Thai, they have something called low kicks.
Yeah.
So they go inside low kicks. They go, to the side too, like the inside part of the thigh.
Yeah.
And the outer side of the thigh.
So that's karate.
Yes, exactly. And they also punch on the chest, boom, boom, or on the obliques.
But that looks like boxing, man.
Yeah, but they still do it.
Don't they do this? Because I always see them...
That's the demonstration form. They don't.
They don't punch like that?
They
How do
don't
they
punch
really
like
punch
this.
in real life?
They punch. Well, if you get closer, they punch. They do punch like this a little bit. It's
Yeah.
more linear. There's no like.
It's linear, right?
Yeah.
It's not like boxing.
And they sound like.
They keep a distance.
Yes, they keep a distance, but then at the same time they sound like it's like standoff. So they get to, like for example, you get to punch me, and then I punch at the same time. And then boom,
yes.
boom, boom, punch after punch after punch.
Nice.
And then it depends on who's going to stand the most.
Very
Who's
nice.
going to resist.
Okay, now let's talk quickly about its weaknesses and strengths. Karate.
But the good thing, the amazing thing about karate is that they can kick the head when they
Okay.
don't punch the head. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Is this just like, this is the rules in the competition?
Cool. What is the weakness for karate or weaknesses?
Weakness is just like I told you in terms of grappling. So if
Grappling, no ground techniques?
They have no ground techniques. They
And
don't have
grappling.
any takedowns, no throws.
Right.
They don't know how to throw you. So if a guy just comes and basically, like, let's say, get ready, and
Ha!
and I just, like, for example, I just evade and I catch you
Right.
as a wrestler and I get you down. That's it.
Game over.
Game over. Yes.
Okay,
basically.
moving on to the next martial art. What can you tell us about, let's go for boxing, which is my favorite sport.
Boxing, sure.
Tell me.
Boxing, to me personally, is one of the most favorite discipline and martial arts.
I love it.
In
It's
my
my
perspective,
favorite.
especially if someone wants to learn it to defend himself.
Yeah.
Um,
It's very practical, right?
Very practical, and especially in street fight situations.
Absolutely. That's why I chose
Yeah,
it.
because it is very definitive. You get to use your hands, especially if you're like extremely skilled at it and you're professional, and it's very fast. So
Okay.
you get to see a lot of videos on the internet, like a single boxer going against 5 people at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it is, and with boxers, it's not like just in the movies, you punch and then he gets back up and you punch again.
That's not true.
No,
It takes one punch.
Exactly.
Absolutely, man.
And
It
the guy
takes one
sees,
punch.
and
Yeah.
the guy sees rainbows and sunshines
Exactly.
immediately.
If you have, let's say I'm a boxer, I come at you, what are the strengths and weaknesses for me as a boxer? And this is the boxing stance.
The same thing with boxing, and the same thing with karate. Sorry.
Yeah.
The weaknesses is that they don't have kicks in boxing.
Yes.
So if
Major
I'm
disadvantage.
if I'm a practitioner in kicking, and
Yeah.
I'm really good at it,
Yeah.
like in Muay Thai or Taekwondo or in Kung Fu too, in Sanda.
Yeah.
If a boxer is coming at me, I can immediately go for the knees.
So that's a weakness.
Yeah, that's a weakness. Or I can
So-
go also for the stomach, or I can go for the face.
Right. So
But
boxing,
it depends.
boxing has no leg work. No,
Has-
no. It doesn't
They
have
have
any
no,
kicks.
no
Not like-
striking techniques
and
with
no
their legs.
groundwork.
Yes.
Yeah.
No wrestling, no,
No
striking
grappling.
with their legs, and no grappling. Yes.
So these are the disadvantages for boxing.
Yeah.
What about the advantages?
A boxer, a professional boxer, with one punch, just like I said, can get you like immediately on the floor, and you can, pass out. So
Especially if he does it fast.
exactly. And the thing is with boxing is that they generate power from short distances.
Yes.
So if a guy has a really good technique, he can immediately, like, if I'm gonna generate a hook and I'm very close to the person, you're like my opponent. You're the aggressor and you're coming against me.
Yeah.
So I'm here and I go like immediately, boom.
Yes.
Or like I go immediately from the obliques and then to the face.
Yes.
Like Mike Tyson style, then the guy is gone.
The next martial art. Let's talk a little bit about Taekwondo.
Taekwondo
Can you
is,
show us? Can you demonstrate and tell us about the strengths and weaknesses?
Okay, Taekwondo basically, they have weaknesses in their arms. They don't know how to punch properly. They only use kicking techniques. They're
Yeah.
very fast in kicks.
But they're masters at kicking.
Yes, they're
I
masters
think
at
they're the
kicks.
most masterful kickers.
Yes, exactly. They're masters at
Kickers.
kicks.
Yeah.
They're masters at kicks. They specialize in speed when it comes to kicks. They try their best to make sure that their legs become as fast as their hands. Because as a martial artist, you have to understand something, that your hand is always faster than your leg. So you try your best as a Taekwondo practitioner. They try their best to match up their leg kick
So
to their hand speed.
Hand speed is way faster than
Much faster,
than
yes.
leg speed.
Exactly.
But the problem is reach.
Because, no, think about it logically speaking.
Yeah.
If you do the math,
Yeah.
my hand, the reach and the distance and the time that it causes me to unleash it from here to your face, for example, is much faster than me generating my leg all the way up to your face.
Right.
Or to your abdomen.
Right.
It's very fast. So if I'm going to demonstrate real speed, if I'm going to be here, see, if I'm going to do a jab, come closer to the camera so that it can get us.
Yeah.
If I'm going to demonstrate a hand jab, so it's very fast.
I'm looking at your legs.
Yes.
I'm expecting a
Exactly.
kick. You're a Taekwondo guy now.
No, but I'm just telling you the differences.
Right.
So a hand speed is completely
Yes,
faster.
It's much faster.
Much faster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Can you show us a Taekwondo move with your legs?
Well,
what
like
is the
a
most famous or most used move?
they have the side kick, which is like this.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
They use it a
They
lot.
have the high kick also to the face,
Yeah.
which goes like this.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And
man,
they
that's
also
amazing.
have like
Goes
tornado
all
kicks.
the way to your face.
exactly. They have the
Yeah.
tornado kicks also, but I can't do it here.
Of course, yes.
The backspinning kick. So
Yes.
it's like this. As a skilled martial artist, as a practitioner, you have to match up somehow your hand speed, your leg speed to your hand speed.
Yeah.
So if you get to combine both at the same time, then basically you become formidable in that
Wow.
discipline.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the thing is, with martial arts, there's the yin yang, the white and the black.
Are you
the
talking
sphere.
about Kung Fu stuff?
No, it is the kung fu, but that's the thing. There's speed and power.
Yeah.
So you cannot have both identical, but you
Exactly.
try your best to have them.
To have a balance.
Exactly.
A healthy balance.
Yes. So that's the reason why if you have speed and like power at the same time, and you just like try to compress them and get them together, like in the midsection, then no one can take you. Seriously,
take you down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one can take you down, and you're completely destructive.
Completely destructive.
Exactly, because you have both speed and power.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a living example right here. This guy's a killing machine. I'm not kidding. You don't want to piss off this guy. Okay, let's move on. What is the next martial art that we're going to talk about? Let's talk about judo. I want to talk about grappling martial
Judo-
arts. Grappling techniques.
Okay, judo is basically getting the guy.
Yeah.
You grab the guy basically,
Yeah.
and you either get him into a grappling technique like this. You just grab the arms and you
Yeah.
throw them on the ground. That's judo.
That's judo. So it's everything
That-
about grappling.
About
everything about grappling.
It's like takedowns and you throw the opponent down to the ground. That's judo. It's like wrestling.
Right. It's a form of wrestling.
Yes.
Okay.
And when it comes to grappling, like groundwork, that's jiu-jitsu, where you just do the fighting art all on the ground.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, exactly.
But hold on a sec. Can you tell us about the strengths and weaknesses of judo?
Well, in judo, they're only good in wrestling, so they don't have the striking techniques.
They don't have any
Yeah,
striking?
they don't have
no
only
legs,
grabbing,
no
nothing,
hands,
no.
nothing.
No kicking,
But that's
no hands.
severely disadvantaged, man.
But it's also effective sometimes on one-on-one
I guess you're
combat
right.
in a street fight situation.
Yeah, because as a boxer myself, my biggest disadvantage is if I face off a wrestler or a judo practitioner or something like that. If somebody tries to wrestle with me or do grappling techniques, I think that's my biggest disadvantage. I don't know what to do if somebody tries to take me down with wrestling or judo, things like that.
Exactly, yes.
That's my problem.
The thing is,
So it's a disadvantage and an advantage at the same time, right?
yes. The thing is, with jiu-jitsu or like let's say judo, wrestling, they don't have striking techniques, whether it's by the arms,
Or the
hands,
legs.
or the legs.
It's all
So,
about takedowns.
yes.
Takedowns.
Yes. So if I'm going to
Wrestling.
get into a fighting situation in a street fight, if it's one-on-one, I can manage with whatever martial art I'm using. But if you're like fighting against a group of people, so
yeah.
basically like wrestling or jiu-jitsu is not going to work.
It's not
you don't
gonna
have
work.
the time to get someone on the
So
ground.
it's only one-on-one.
to do a leg lock
Yeah,
or like
which is
let's
why
say an
boxing's
arm lock.
more effective.
Exactly, because it's short
Yeah.
yet very destructive.
Right. However, I got to repeat this.
Mm-hmm.
If a jiu-jitsu guy or a judo guy caught you,
Yes.
managed to catch you,
Mm-hmm.
and do the grappling stuff, it's game over, right? That's the
If
thing.
I don't have the skill set on how to defend myself as a wrestler,
Yeah, no, I mean, let's say against a boxer.
then no, it's
Yeah,
too
if
bad
he
for
catches
him.
the boxer,
it's too bad for him
that's
because
it, right?
with one takedown, boom,
One takedown, the
guy
boxer's
is
gone.
KO'd,
So he
yes.
has to be very careful, right?
Exactly, and you have to know one thing is that in a street fight situation, it's concrete. There's no mattresses.
Ah, yeah. So one takedown.
Exactly, to shock absorb the impact. So
Yeah.
bye-bye. That's
So if
it.
you hit your head against the floor,
Then
That's-
they can easily die because of it.
that's
Or
very
if they hit the
dangerous.
pavement, especially.
Let's talk about Krav Maga.
Krav Maga is basically like MMA, but in terms of self-defense.
Okay. So it's not really a martial art? Is that what you're saying?
No, it is a martial arts, but it came at a later point in life. They literally went to every single martial arts and they just grabbed what is extremely beneficial and easy to apply, and they just like introduce it to the military, to the soldiers.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
But wait a minute. We forgot to talk about MMA. That's the most important martial art right now because
Yeah.
it's the most famous.
Yes, yes.
What can you tell us about that?
Mixed martial arts is basically combining all what you know in terms of martial arts together in one form.
So it's an all-rounder.
Yes, to be a well-rounded professional fighter, you could say.
So they use everything.
Yes.
When you get into the octagon.
Everything, yeah, except for eye gouging and hair pulling, and what else?
Of course,
and
these
groin
are
kicking, obviously.
right. All of these are not allowed anyway. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of MMA?
Advantages.
Does it actually have any disadvantages?
It has some disadvantages. The thing is, the disadvantages in MMA is that not all practitioners get to, brush up on their skills on that specific kind of striking. So let's say
they don't reach mastery. Is that what you
no,
said?
they reach mastery, but the thing is, they try to be well-rounded in everything, so they don't become an expert in that specific thing. For example, when you see a boxer against an MMA artist, let's say both of them are doing boxing, always the boxer will surpass the guy who's doing an MMA.
What?
Yeah, because their speed and reflex is completely different. Their form,
That's good news for me.
their form is perfect, and their reflexes are on point. You can never bring it like, let's say, an MMA guy against a boxer and tell him go box with each other. Just like Mayweather when he wanted to fight with Habib, he said like, okay, I can fight with him, but only in boxing level. Because obviously, if he goes wrestling, Habib is gonna just like chew him out.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Boxers are severely disadvantaged.
Yes.
I'm surprised at what you're saying.
No, even like if you bring like Mayweather against Habib in terms of boxing, Habib is not gonna win definitely.
Of course, because Mayweather is more experienced.
Yes, in boxing. So that's the
Right.
thing. So as an MMA martial artist, it's very hard to be extremely.
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
It's just like a video game character. You can't
Yeah.
have all the traits to be full.
Full. So you get to have some like
exactly.
this. Yes.
So it's let's say MMA is more balanced out for
Exactly.
every single category: hand
Yes.
combat, groundwork, legs, all of that, kicks. All right, man. Let's go back to the seats.
Okay.
And continue the
Let's go.
conversation. That was great, Nart.
Awesome.
Nart, thanks for the practical explanation right there.
Oh, you are absolutely welcome.
Yeah, now let's move on with the questions. In
Sure.
your opinion, Nart, what are the key mental and physical benefits of practicing martial arts? Why should people practice martial arts?
The main thing about martial arts is that it teaches you discipline. This
Right.
is what I believe in, and consistency. You
Yeah.
know, so this is the most important thing about it, because you have to know with martial arts, it's not something fun to do. It might be fun because I'm disciplined. I know, like, I love it. But the thing is, it is repetitious. So it gets to be boring. And there's the factor of pain also.
Yeah.
So
No pain, no gain, right?
no pain, no gain, exactly. So you might, like, let's say you go for a workout session, like let's say boxing, for example, and then you you come out with a session, you know, all bruised up, and you have like marks on your eyes
Oh,
and
man,
stuff.
that's the worst thing.
So
Yeah.
yes, not a lot of people can adhere to this and like
Yeah.
it, but with people who have like,
But there are some safety measures, man.
there is safety
Even
measures.
during
Yes,
sparring.
I agree, but the thing is, it is not a joy. I encourage people to do martial arts, definitely, but the thing is, you have to understand the concept why people give up on it too. It's not for everyone at the same time. If you don't have the mindset for it, then you cannot progress in it.
Right. So some people might give up.
Exactly.
You know,
this is what I'm trying to say.
Right. From my personal perspective, the reason I love martial arts, for me, it's boxing. Well, boxing is considered as a martial art
Yes.
in some sense, right? Is because it gives you the confidence that you need to succeed in life.
Exactly.
So whenever I go out, for example, no matter who comes in my way, no matter who I meet, it doesn't matter. I feel confident knowing that I can protect myself at all times.
Yes, yes. Like for example, like think of a setting where just like a group of people are meeting up.
Yeah.
Okay, whether it's me or some other martial artist, and other people are normal.
Yeah.
And there's a guy,
absolutely.
and there's a guy who's experienced, a martial artist.
Yeah.
They're going to be intimidated by him
Absolutely.
just by his presence.
Absolutely.
So that by itself, for a man, is extremely important.
It's important to protect yourself and to be able to protect your loved ones. Because
Exactly.
as a man, especially for men, it is your duty to provide and to protect.
Exactly.
So this is why martial arts can be very beneficial,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and it teaches you discipline.
Discipline, absolutely.
It teaches you how to control yourself,
how to control yourself.
especially your anger.
Yeah.
So the more you learn and the more professional you become at it, the more, like, let's say, formidable you become at it, the calmer you become.
And it also provides the opportunity to channel your energy.
Exactly.
Right?
Because one day I came to my Sifu, my grandmaster. A shout out to my beautiful coach. I love him so much. He's the reason why, he's the reason why I'm here today in terms of martial arts.
Hey, coach, thank you for everything you've done for your student. He also taught me for a while.
Yes, exactly.
He was a great grandmaster.
Yeah, his name is Sifu Rani. He's an amazing Moroccan martial artist.
And from my understanding, he also practiced, was it true? I'm not sure if this is true. Did he practice with Bruce Lee?
Yes.
He met
in
Bruce
China,
Lee and he practiced with him.
That's
wow.
amazing, yes. That's beautiful.
That's incredible, man.
I have a very old picture of him practicing with him on top of the mountains.
Wow, man, that's incredible. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And so I asked him, and I told him, like, Coach, how can I, or like Sifu, how can I, like, what is the benefit of me doing all of this work if I'm not going to apply it in one day? And then he told me that, do you want to feel helpless in a street fight situation? Or do you want to have, like, the confidence?
That's exactly what I mean.
Yes, there's this proverb. It is much better to be a warrior in a garden than being a gardener at war.
Ah, yeah, that's true. But let me let you know a little secret. The reason why I chose boxing is because my flexibility, I'm telling you a secret, guys. My flexibility is not that great. I can't do splits. You can, obviously, but I can't. This was one of the reasons I got into boxing, because you don't have to use your legs. Mm-hmm. So what about that?
That is true. Yes, you have a point there. But even if you don't have the flexibility, you can always use low kicks. Low kicks are very destructive.
Frontal kicks
or push kicks, something
kicks,
reaching to the stomach
waistline.
Or like to the waistline or to the obliques.
Okay.
So it is very lethal. It is very like dangerous and it causes a lot of pain.
Now let's talk about hypothetical scenarios. I know we've done a demonstration.
Okay.
We briefly talked about the weaknesses and the strengths, but for the sake of argument, let's say in a hypothetical match, let's say one-on-one combat. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us who would win? Let's say both combatants.
You give me the examples.
Yeah, I'll give you the example.
Based on my experience, I'll give you the answer.
I'll give you a hypothetical example. Sure. Let's say both combatants are equally, let's say, proficient in their discipline.
Okay.
Let's say we have a boxer, and let's say we have an MMA practitioner.
In a street fight situation?
In a street fight situation.
Or like in a competition?
In a street fight situation.
Okay.
Let's make it real, because martial arts is all about practicality as well. It's not just about, unless you want to go for championships and stuff like that, but let's say in real life situations, you are a boxer, this guy's a boxer, and this guy is an MMA fighter.
Okay.
You square them off. So who's going to win?
It has different scenarios, and you can't really I cannot just come up with a definitive answer and say like, oh, the boxer will win or the mixed martial artist will win. If, like, let's say the MMA guy gets to be in a very close distance within the proximity of the boxer and he just grabs him, he goes for a takedown,
Game
or
over.
then that's it. Goodbye for him. If the boxer faces the MMA guy, practitioner, only in terms of boxing, he doesn't allow the other guy, the aggressor, the MMA artist, to come at him with a takedown or with any wrestling move,
Yeah.
then obviously the boxer has an advantage.
Okay.
with
So
just like striking. So it's like a 50-50%.
really,
Yes.
I thought the MMA guy's going to win.
Yeah. Well, yes, that is true. He has like a broader skill set in terms of martial arts.
Yeah.
But if the boxer is really good at what he's doing, he also has a chance in winning or taking him out.
Okay. How about we make it easier? Let's say a karate guy, and by the way, guys, this is in no way offensive to any martial art, because I believe at the end of the day, this is my belief. I think you share the same belief.
Yeah, that's a very important disclaimer.
Right. Disclaimer. Every martial art has its strengths and weaknesses, and if you are a professional in your discipline, you have a high chance of winning almost any fight. However, we're talking about technicalities in this discussion, right?
Yes.
So, hypothetical scenario, no offense to any martial art. It doesn't mean that this martial art is better than the other. Let's say a karate guy against, let's say,
a Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yes.
Muay Thai fighter. Let's say.
Okay. From my perspective, I think the Muay Thai guy is going to take him out.
Muay Thai is going to take him out. Very nice.
Yeah.
What about Aikido, Nart? We didn't talk about that. It's all hand movements.
Well, Aikido is also a Japanese martial arts. It's a form of, like, let's say...
something about the flow of energy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't really advise on learning it because it is very limited. You cannot just like apply it on everyone because you have to know one thing. We as martial artists, we say like, okay, the size or the height or the weight of the guy doesn't matter. But as an individual, as an expert, deeply inside, it matters to me the most because when I come up and I face a guy, a martial artist or any guy, even if he doesn't have the background or the skill set, I look at his height, his weight.
Oh, that's an important question.
Of course, it is very important.
As a professional martial artist,
because I will get to generate and I will know what moves I have to use against him.
That's a very important question.
Yeah. So, for example, if I have a big guy with muscles and he has like, let's say, a big form, he's physically stronger than me, he's taller than me.
Yeah.
So whatever, like twisting and arm locking,
it's not gonna work.
It is not going to work.
Wushu's not gonna work.
It is not going to work. No, not wushu, but like in terms of like let's say Wing Chun or to twist it.
Yeah.
That's not going to work
because of his body mass.
Exactly. So you have to have like a stronger, effective technique, which is like groin attacks.
Yeah.
You have to like let's say. As what they say, like punch him in his jewels.
Okay.
Or like kick him to the face, punch him to the face.
What about the neck?
His obliques. Of course.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah, and like knee strikes because he's
strikes.
He's bigger
big.
than you.
If he's a big guy, try to go for the knees.
Exactly, because you have to know one thing: a human form is like a triangle, like this.
Ah, nice.
But it's inverted.
An inverted triangle.
Yes. So once you take out the legs, that's it. It's just gonna collapse.
He's gone.
Exactly.
But if you're a boxer, man, and you're matched off against a big guy, how would that work?
Well, you have a prime example for this, to answer your question, is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, if you notice, like all the... I'm an old school fan of Mike Tyson. I just love him.
He's one of the best, man.
He is...
In my opinion, he's the best
He is
boxer.
the best, yes.
Yeah.
And if you notice, in all of his fights, all of his opponents are much bigger than him and taller than him. So with Costamato, with his boxing coach, there's a key element that he has to use, which is he has to get very close to the opponent.
Right.
If he doesn't get within the proximity of the other boxer, the other guy is going to have a bigger reach, and they can just like inflict a lot of damage immediately.
Right.
Against Mike Tyson.
Right.
So if you notice, he's always an aggressor, and he always gets into the short range.
Right.
Between him and the other boxer, and he goes for uppercuts. He goes for like oblique shots. So once the boxer stoops down low, and then he goes again for the uppercut, boom, and then he knocks him out.
Okay. Nart, can you give us a quick example of how martial arts was, let's say you implemented martial arts techniques in your life and how that helped you in a certain situation? In real life, you must have come across something like that.
Yeah, of course, yes. I faced a lot of situations, but the thing is, as a martial artist, any guy with the skill set just like mine, we try our best not to inflict pain because to me, to inflict pain is extremely easy.
Yeah.
So I try my best not to do anything, because if I hit someone, I can literally cause a lot of damage.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's a killing machine. It's the least amount of damage.
Yeah, so I try my best not to do a lot of damage. I do like warning shots. So if a guy is coming, like let's say, and he wants to punch me, or just to do any
So no lethal takedowns.
no,
You'd be soft on him.
I'd be nice. I might get him like into locks. I might choke him. I love choking people, so I get to choke him. Maybe like put him nicely on the ground, just to warn him.
Right.
Yeah,
But nothing lethal.
nothing lethal, definitely.
You just-
otherwise you will see the inside of an ambulance, so you don't want to be in that position.
You don't want to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
What advice would you give people that want to start a new martial art? That want to, like, they don't know where to start. There's so many martial arts out there. They don't know what to select.
Okay.
How would you select the best martial art that suits you as a person, considering your weight, your everything, your personality, your preference, your whatever. So how do you choose?
With martial arts, even if you are old, like let's say you're past your 20s, you're in your like 30s or 40s, anyone can get into
anyone
martial
can?
arts. Yes, anyone
It can be
use-
tailored to any age.
Exactly. As long as you're like fit, you can move, then it's okay. You can use it. A lot of people have the idea of the belief of, oh, I should have started like young and I have to be extremely
too late
young
for me now.
Yeah, or it's too late for me. No, it's not like gymnastics. Like with gymnastics, you can start it.
Yeah.
But obviously, you're not going to be as like skilled as a guy who started extremely young. Because
But you can still do it.
yes, you can still do it also in gymnastics, but you're not going to be that flexible.
No, I mean in martial arts.
Yes, in martial arts, you can still do it. Like basically, you just said, I don't have the flexibility in my legs, so I don't want to do leg kicks, and I find them extremely challenging.
Absolutely.
So you found your discipline.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, boxing really suits me, so I will just start.
That's for me
practicing
personally.
it.
Yes.
Exactly, and this is what you did.
Yeah.
And basically, you started practicing with me, and you felt that, oh, okay, I can go somewhere with this. So every single person, he will look into what sports that grabs his attention, and the physical, like let's say, level that he has that he can do, and he can just like pick the martial art that he likes.
That sounds great, man. So you look at your physical level, your fitness level,
Exactly.
and then you assess your performance.
Yeah.
You look at your weaknesses and your strengths.
Exactly. And the reason why you do this,
And you compare yourself to, remember the things we just talked about. Every martial art, we demonstrated the strengths and the weaknesses, and then you can make the most informed decision.
Exactly. And the reason why you do this, it is because, just like I told you at the beginning of the show, it is very repetitious. So you will reach to a level of stagnation. It becomes stagnant and becomes boring somehow because of how, you need to perfect every single move that you are doing. So if you get to choose a very difficult martial art that your body cannot do, like let's say,
Can't handle anymore.
then you will just like stop doing it.
Yeah,
You always try to, you always try to grab their attention. You always try to find something that will, keep pushing you forward.
Absolutely.
And that's how you progress in martial arts.
That sounds great, man. Nart, thank you so much. That was an amazing
You're
episode.
absolutely welcome.
Thank you for the demonstrations. I truly believe that, anybody can practice martial arts.
Yes.
And I think that martial arts can help you become fit, can help you become healthy. And thanks for all the information that you gave us today. And ladies and gentlemen, if anybody's interested in taking private sessions with Nart, he's a coach, he's a certified martial artist. You're a certified Kung Fu master, right? And black belt.
Yes.
Anybody interested in martial arts can contact Nart. And we're going to leave a link in the description below for his Instagram channel where you can DM Nart for private sessions.
You can DM me on my Instagram channel.
Yeah.
I can give you private sessions, and hopefully you like it.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Nart.
You're
Thank you,
absolutely
everybody.
welcome.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.